Hey you guys, it's Rhiannon, and I am here with your February full supermoon healing reading. So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this time. Rather than going by your astrological sign, we're actually going to be going by your life path number. So this is for life path number 2. If you don't know what your life path number is, there are plenty of ways to figure it out. Just basically Google it and you just do a quick little equation to figure it out. Okay, so we're going to be using the Past Life Oracle, Archetype cards, Akashic Tarot, and Sacred Geometry Oracle. So we're basically looking for the energies of what it is that you need to be healing and purging during this full supermoon in Virgo, which is happening tonight/tomorrow, February 19th, 2019. Again, for life path number 2. So starting with the archetype cards, what does life path number 2 need to know? What should they be healing? What should they be purging from their life during this full moon? For life path number 2. Take a deep breath, number 2, as you're kind of holding back a little bit. Number 2 is known as the mediator. So you've been in the middle of things in this lifetime and in other lifetimes. What is it that life path number 2 needs to heal? Here we go. The child eternal. Shadow attributes. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. If you're able to turn that into the light, it would be determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. And, oh, wow, you guys, 2 child cards. So, number 2, you guys need to grow up. Let's see, shadow attributes. Pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. But if you're able to do this work and heal it, turn it around and heal it, it would be seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. So life path number 2, it's time to grow up. It's time to take responsibility for the way your life is going. It's time to see the cup half full instead of half empty. If you are feeling low, if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling sad, maybe it's not somebody else's fault. Maybe you're not the victim. Maybe it's time to see the power that you have and turn these shadows into the light. And that's what this whole, full moon ritual should be about. That's what I try to focus on every month. During the new moon, I focus on what I want to manifest, what I want to create. During the full moon, I need to focus on what I need to heal. Okay? So instead of getting mad or upset with yourself, just look at this as an opportunity. So now let's use the Akashic Tarot to see maybe where we could have picked up some of these. What was it, a certain lifetime? Why are we stuck in this eternal childhood? Okay. Life path number 2. What do they need to know for their healing journey on this full supermoon in Virgo? Let's see. Okay, we have the Lookout. And we have the Ascent. Okay. So 17 is a considered like a major arcana type energy in this deck. So it's somebody who's on the lookout for danger. That's what a lookout does, is their job is to look for obstacles. But the problem is that if this is your job, is that you're kind of meant to be looking for problems. Instead of looking for the positive, you're meant to be looking for what's wrong, which kind of brings us to this, where you're a pessimist. Because there have been lifetimes, or even this lifetime, where, that's kind of, and as being the mediator, you're always kind of put in the middle of other people's problems, which always leaves you in this lookout position. So it's kind of hard to be an optimist when you're constantly not only dealing with your issues, but you're dealing with other people's issues. Next to that, we have the Ascent, which is climbing to the top of the mountain, you know, getting to the top of the summit. I'm actually going to look that one up. So let's see here. 7 of Keys. 7 of Keys. I don't use this guidebook very often, so I'm not really that familiar. Here we go. The Ascent. It says upright. A man stands atop a mountain with a rope draped over his shoulder. Metal stakes, known as pitons, remain in the steep cliff face. I'm going to skip that. This card shows that with great effort and determination, you can apply yourself to your goals for assured success. Though there may be some risks involved, you can reach the top. There could be a promotion or an advance to a much higher position in your future. Understand, however, that this isn't just luck or external influence, but your own hard work and application that bring the achievement that you seek. So keep your effort strong. Instead of being passed by, you will climb to new heights. So if we're able to grow up, look at the positive, quit dealing with other people's shit, quit looking for problems, you have the potential, life path number 2s, to reach the summit, to your highest goals, okay? So now let's get into the past life oracle. What does life path number 2? Is there a lifetime or an energy that is specifically tied to these energies that they could clear? What does number 2 need to know about these energies being stuck in their child energy? Where did this come from? Phobias, and let's see what else we have. Sorry about that, guys. Phobias and spirituality and religion. So you could have been perhaps like a altar boy or a monk, but as a child, you were expected to, you know, join like a monastery, and that was too much adult energy for you in this lifetime. You were just a child. You weren't really ready to take on this whole life as a spiritual being. For, you know, in that lifetime, that's really all you got to be. And it did create some phobias and some kind of, you're kind of afraid to grow up. That's what the phobia is. You're afraid to grow up because you were always told what to do. Religion is one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Controlling, you know, organizations that we've had through the lifetimes. They tell us what to think, what we can believe in, what we can't believe in, what's right, what's wrong. And so now you don't know how to be the adult because you have always been told exactly what to do. But it's time, number 2s. It's time for you guys to step into your own power. Let's get a healing card for you guys for number 2, life path number 2. Give me a card for life path number 2. I hate shuffling this deck. There we go. Okay, you got 2. So first is number 23, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. And you've got coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. So life path number 2, right now is the time to bring the heart and mind together in this, you know, energy of coherence in a dynamic way to bring you from this stuck energy of, you know, living like a child and moving into adulthood. If you've got some phobias around religion or just phobias in general, those could have come from a life where you were, like I said, put in like a monastery at a very young age. Perhaps you were orphaned and you were given over to, you know, a school of nuns or priests or, you know, Buddhist monks. I'm not exactly sure the religion, but you were definitely then from that point on you were controlled by this religion, and now it may be hard for you to kind of separate spirituality from religion, and maybe kind of hard for you to decide what it is that you think, what it is that you believe. And that is a childlike attribute, is to be told. But that is not what you're meant to be doing, number 2s. You're meant to be deciding what you think, what you know, using your intuition. And if you're able to move into this, you know, changing the shadow attributes of your child, inner child, moving her or him into this adult world, you're going to be able to reach the top of the mountain, and it's going to be very successful to you and for you, perhaps a promotion, perhaps a very successful business venture. So if you're life path number 2 during this full moon, this full super moon in Virgo on February 19th, this is what your focus should be on. Let's clear out any type of fears that you may have that have started in this lifetime, okay? You can write them down and burn them. You know, it's time to move past being the lookout, being on guard, and being afraid for the next disaster. It's time to move into your power, okay? Move from the shadow into the light, where you're seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible because it is, as well as determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. You can keep your childlike attributes in this way where you're, you know, fun-loving without being immature and stuck, okay? So that's what we have for you if you're life path number 2. Let me know if you guys liked this new style of reading, or if you want me to go back to just using your astrological signs. Again, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate for everyone, but I hope you're able to at least get something from this and use this beautiful supermoon energy to do some healing work. See you guys next time.